Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content on info@millenniumnews24.com. Download the Millennium News 24 app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Stay tuned with Millennium TV and Millennium News 24 for the latest updates.
This is Jineea Butler. I'm here reporting live at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, here with the nurses' strike out here today. I don't know if you could see it yet, but the nurses are on strike, and they have the big rat out in front of there, and they are in numbers. Numbers is what people need. They are looking for a new contract. They are looking for the longevity. So let's see Mayor Mom Dami is going to do. So it's great to see you today on the group. Hello, hello,
Hi,
hello.
Janae.
How are you?
Hello. I'm well. Thank you.
That's so good to see you.
Thank you so much.
So introduce yourself to our audience and let us know what we're talking about today, because we have a great show for you today, and we have
Thank
a
you.
great show this Saturday that we want everybody to show up for. So let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's go. This is our
Let's do it. My name is Anna Lindsay, and I am with Oasis Matage Magazine. I'm the COO there, and also one of the characters, the DA for the upcoming Angels Palace play.
wow. And so tell us about the play. This play is this Saturday,
It
um,
is
Newark, New Jersey, at the Robert Tree Hotel, correct? So
correct.
tell us a little bit about the play. Tell us just a little bit about, what we need to be talking about, because this month, January, is Sex Trafficking Awareness Month, correct?
It is.
And
You're correct.
this play directly speaks to that. So tell us about it.
Well, I came on board with the awareness, deeper awareness with the playwright. Her name is Carolyn
Mhm,
Jones, and the play is based on Carolyn's niece, uh, based on a true story. Carolyn had actually helped rescue her niece with the trafficking situation that she was in. It all started again with her nephew,
mhm,
um, and some other factors behind it. However, she, because her niece was being trafficked by her nephew's mom, she wanted to bring more awareness around it, and just went ahead and with the approval of her niece and
mhm.
created the play, based in
Right.
storyline.
So so you said you're in the play?
I am.
Yeah.
I've
So
been.
tell us a little bit about, your role in the play, and then your history as an actress and in other roles you have played.
Sure. My role is the DA. This play it is an award-winning play. She's
Mhm,
done this play. Gosh,
mhm,
I mean, excuse me, I don't know the exact number. However, it's been several years, and the play has just been uh, long-standing with that. I've played several roles. I've been the detective, gone undercover. In this particular, this Saturday, I will be again the DA. Basically, the goal is to bring the palace down, and
right.
that is the works of some of the
Wow.
works of trafficking, and
So,
and it will highlight some of the ways that people are trafficked and what individuals right at this very moment are going through.
hmm and
So
so does it, like, when you're playing your part, does this whole situation bring chills to you? Like, how do you feel in, you know being knowing that this is real life stuff?
it does. It does. It sometimes it makes you the very hairs on your back or however that goes stand up, knowing that, like you said, that people are actually in that situation.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And my role in itself, it, it allows me to make sure that on the law enforcement side of it, that we are supporting, but also just be able to it's such a deep topic and situation. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of moving parts with it when it comes to law enforcement, how much they can do, how much they can't do. But my role, you know, I'm just gonna I go undercover again. There's several scenes where you show how people are being snatched and coerced in different ways by um, some just
Mm-hmm.
lured, and
Mm-hmm.
others are literally disappear. You know,
Mm-hmm.
through the different tactics.
And so this weekend at the Robert Tree Hotel, um, this is your only performance in New Jersey.
It is my only performance in the church. However, we will be with I'm with the as I said the COO with Oasis Montage Magazine. So we will be. I believe it's going to be at the Oasis Magazine Cafe. But
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Blasting Game, he will be able to, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
be
he'll be tapping
on
into.
point. Yes. And I'm saying that because Dr. Um, Moss, goodness, good. I'm Don Moss, excuse me, Dr. Don Moss. She is former Miss USA,
Mm-hmm.
um, 1976
Mm.
pageant. She is the former uh, queen, crowned queen for it. So at any rate, she is on the cover of our spring. She's on the cover of our spring edition. And so we're going to have a book signing or a magazine signing with Moss, Dr. Moss, and also with Freddie Jackson, who is on our
Okay.
November,
Okay.
December
Mr.
cover.
Blassingame, he's a lot. So how do you know John Blassingame? Because he is definitely a historical figure.
Oh,
You
my
know,
goodness.
he's one of my mentors. You know,
Mhm.
New Day models, New Day associates. He
Mhm.
So how have you come in contact? Have you been in any of his plays? What is the story there?
Oh, I am privileged to be able to have met him in the recent years, but I've heard all and have seen
Mm-hmm.
all the trailblazing and everything that he has done. I am he's my publicist. In
Okay.
addition
Mm-hmm.
to our
Right.
relationship extended through business ventures, and now we're working. I'm part of the team there, the production team for the play. So we're hand in hand on making sure that the play is one that we're all coming together. It's going to be an amazing networking opportunity. I mean, he has the A list top,
Mm-hmm.
you know, social people that are, you know, in the industry that are coming together here for the play. It's going to be a dining. He's going to put on his fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gosh,
And
over a
so
dozen.
where are you from?
I'm originally from the Midwest, Columbia, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here now and have been here in Houston, Texas for the last
Okay, okay.
year. So I'm here.
How do you like that? There's a lot of black folks moving out to Houston, Texas, and Dallas. And how do you like it out there? What is
I
the market like? Tell us about that.
I absolutely love it here. Again, I've the weather, one of the drawing points for it, but it's a large city, but a hometown feel. You know, you have a lot of culture here. You have a multicultural, ethnicity, food, entertainment, growing. We have all of the major sports here by way of basketball, football. So it's a beautiful city.
Mm-hmm.
Driving, maybe that's why a lot of people are coming. But it's a great place to live, and also with your kids too, being able to rear your kids.
Okay, okay, okay. So it was great and lovely to have you today. I look
Oh,
forward to seeing
cute.
you in the play on this
Yes.
Saturday and see you do your detective role. And
Mhm.
then let's come
Yeah.
back, let's circle back after it and see what we can do here on the New American Perspective to support, sex trafficking and to help stop it and help
Yeah.
get the things done. So I really appreciate you coming. Please put on your Instagram and tell us where we can reach you and look at you more.
Yes. But I is Anna Lindsay or the Anna Lindsay Show everywhere.
Mhm,
So if
mhm.
again, just the Anna Lindsay Show or my name, Anna Lindsay, on my brand.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Thank
Anna.
you.
I will see you on Saturday for
I
tell
can't
me the
wait.
name of the play one more time. Tell our audience
It
the name
is
of the play.
it is the Angel's Palace. And Angel is the main girl who had the story is about. So it's the
Mhm.
Angel's Palace. Yeah.
Angel's Palace, and we'll see you there at the Robert Tree Hotel. You start at 7 o'clock, right?
The doors, I believe, are going to open like 5. Again, we
Okay.
have the meet and greet. We have the red carpet. The red carpet is going
Okay.
to be,
Okay.
top of the line. We want to get those interviews and
Yeah.
dinner's a sit down dinner, and also the fashion show and play. So it's a night full
Oh
of just
wow.
what we do
Wow. I can't
on the
wait. I
John
can't
Blast on
wait.
the John
So we
Blasting
will
game,
be there
Mister
live.
John, Mister John Blasting game.
Yes, he will definitely be on the red carpet with
Yes.
us here. And, hopefully he'll tap in and tell us a little bit more about it. But we're here and we look forward to seeing you this week, okay? Can you hear
Thank
me?
you so much.
All right, I'll talk to
See
you
you later.
soon. Bye bye.
Yeah, it was going in and out, but see you later.
Okay, no problem. We got
Bye.
you. So that was young Anna Lindsay. She is going to be in the play this weekend at the Robert Tree Hotel. We will be on location with them for the play this week. You can go ahead and cut that feed off. If anybody else is jumping on, you can put them on. But yeah, so again, I am here at the Columbia Presbyterian Hospital on site for on the group today, and we're going to find out what is happening out here. They got numbers out here, so that may be because they're going to make the change. I think you cut off the Anna Lindsay feed there, but we've got numbers out here at Columbia Presbyterian. I'm going to walk outside and get a little closer to what is going on and maybe even get some interviews. My battery is dying low as I'm on site out here. Not used to being outside, but we are outside now here on Millennium News 24. Where are you around the world? Tap in, tune in, tell us where we need to catch you. I'm going to run outside before we go to this break so we can get some live feed at what is happening here with the nurses at Columbia Presbyterian. They are outside, they are deep. Watch when I open this door, you're going to hear, the solidarity that they have with one another here at Columbia Presbyterian. I'm going to walk out here as we go, and we will see exactly what is happening here on site at Columbia Presbyterian. Hope I don't have to go through the the ropes when I come back, but we're going out. We're going out the doors, and if you can hear a little bit of what's going on, this is what's happening. I'm gonna go down, and if you can hear what's happening. It is big. They are out here. They are making noise, and we're here on site at Columbia Presbyterian for the nurses' strike here on Millennium News 24. You hear them? Yay! Look, yay for the nurses. They say don't mess with our benefits. So this is their cry for justice. Here are the nurses. You guys see them? I'm out here on the street. They got pizza. They are out here. NYPD out here. They got the rat over here. Let me walk over. See, they're on both sides of the street. So they are good. They are. Here goes the big rat. So they got the rat. They got the rat out of here. Who they calling the rat? Who is the rat? They got the gigantic rat. They got the gigantic rat. We got our people. They are live people. They are trying to make a difference out here. And you hear them. We are out here on location live for the New American Perspective on the group. They've got numbers. They've got numbers. They've got support. They've got support. They've got support. You hear the support? They have support out here, people. Stop threatening the nurses. We're live. We're live. So we're out here again at Columbia Presbyterian. The nurses are striking. They are out here. Let me just get a little bit more close. I don't want to get too close to the fray. But they are out here. They are out here in force. Millennium News, Millennium News. Millennium News, Millennium News for you guys, Millennium News for you guys, yes. Millennium News live, ladies. Millennium News. Millennium News live for you guys, yes. Go, go, go. Millennium News, yes. Millennium News. Why are you guys out here?
Because we need fair contract now.
You need the fair contract now.
Yes.
Are they're gonna be at the table tonight? You guys are out here.
We don't know. We don't know. We have no word from them.
We are praying for y'all, okay? Yes, go, let's go. Come on, power to the people. Millennium News, yes. Yes, Millennium News, you're live, you're live. Let's go, tell the world, good luck. Good luck to you. Good luck, people. You've seen it live here. We're live at Millennium News out here, Columbia Presbyterian. Power to the people. The people want wages. The people need their money. We got to change. It's 2026. Everybody said it's time for the urban reset. It is time. We're going to go to a break and we're going to come right back and we're going to talk more here on the group. We're going to talk more about the nurses. We're live on site. I'm your host, Jineea Butler, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Millennium News 24, your trusted source for accurate, unbiased news. We're here to bring you the stories that matter most from America and around the world with integrity and a commitment to truth. In today's world, where misinformation can easily spread, having access to reliable news is more important than ever. At Millennium News 24, we aim to cut through the noise by delivering clear, fact-based reporting. Whether you're following major events or looking for in-depth analysis, we are here to serve you with transparency and respect for all communities regardless of color, wealth, or religion. This beautiful America was built by the resilience of its people, immigrants, entrepreneurs, doctors, and everyday individuals working together to create something great. It's this spirit that inspires us to provide you with news that's inclusive, honest, and relevant. We believe that informed citizens are the foundation of a strong society, and we strive to give you the knowledge you need to make a difference. From breaking news to insightful features, we bring you comprehensive coverage on politics, economics, health, culture, and much more. We believe that everyone deserves access to the truth, and we are proud to be a part of a global network that connects people through information. Stay informed by following us on your devices, including iOS, Android, Roku, Amazon, Apple TV, and Smart TVS. And for global access, we're also available on Horizon Satellite. Visit us at www.millenniumtv24.com or www.millenniumnews24.com to stay updated at Millennium News 24. Our mission is to promote unity, understanding, and progress in a rapidly changing world. Join us as we work to inspire positive action through the power of truth. Thank you for watching. Follow us, subscribe, and stay informed.
And we are back here live at Columbia Presbyterian. You see, I'm inside, so they're not making any noise inside, but they're making noise out on the streets. Have you seen what our 2026 has looking like, good people out there? Where are you tuning in from around the world? Because I am on 168th and Broadway in Manhattan, and I am reporting live from the nurses' strike. The nurses that are inside the building, they are rallying for the nurses outside the building. They're still taking care of the people, all the people that are in the building. They got visitors, nurses coming on with the strike, and you heard them. They are looking for a contract, and they are up for contract negotiations. So you just heard now this Saturday. Um, there's sex trafficking play, uh, January sex trafficking month, and so this was so interesting that we had to talk and move forward on this whole sex trafficking situation in America. A lot of people run it under the table. We talk about Jeffrey Epstein and everything that is happening with the Epstein files and how everybody wants to kind of sweep that under the table, but it is real. And this is something just like the migrants, just like everything that needs to be stopped. Now, that we've gone through a hell of a week already, with a young lady, Miss Good, who was killed this week in Minneapolis at the riots. Well, I guess they're not having riots out there, but they're having marches and protests behind the ICE going into Minneapolis. So a young lady was killed after she was confronted with an officer. Last week, we were told that an immigrant pointed a car at an officer and drove into him, but that wasn't yet the case. It was, two American white women who were protesting immigration and ICE being in Minneapolis, and they were out with the whole protest, and they were taunting the officer. A lot of people would like to say that they weren't taunting the officer, but they were taunting the officer, and the officer, the to me, it just looked like it was a lot of mix up, okay? Because I think, and this is where people speak different languages and things can get escalated and out of control too quick. Because while Miss Good, while she was driving her car, you see her, officers walking around her car and videotaping what she's doing. And the officer initially is, kind of playing along and understanding what they're doing. So he's walking around a car, getting their license plate number, and he's walking around. He bumps into the young lady who got killed, her wife. He bumps into her, and she says, "Oh, you better go get some lunch." And she was talking all tough. And then as they were doing that, another officer, looked like from another vehicle, got out, was tired of the whole situation. So he says, "Okay, I'm done with this." So he runs up to the car. He tries to, when you try to pick the door handle and you snap the door handle. So he runs up to the car. He picks on the door handle, and he's grabbing on the door handle. So the young lady, Good, she starts, going the other way, like, "Oh no, he's serious. He's trying to rip me out the car." So she goes, and then her girlfriend says, "Drive, baby, drive." And she goes off, but what they didn't realize is that officer was crossing. See, she didn't necessarily try to point the car at him, but the officer was crossing in front of him, when in front of the car. So now the officer that's in front of the car now sees this as a threat, because he's talking to the other girl. So his head is turned. The other guy is pulling on the car door. So these are two different separate instances. And the instances alone made this officer react and shoot Mrs. Good in the head, I think a couple times. He went into full military mode. And I think what people don't understand is that these officers out here, we don't know where they're trained from. Are they ex assassination? Are they ex CIA? What are they? Were they on special teams? We don't know. And so that's why you don't need to be out there playing with these people right now, because I get that, we're trying to stop it. And I say this and I will say this every week, because to me, this feels like the bounty hunters when black folks were being rounded up back in the day. Okay, it does. I mean, you think that I'm so Republican that I can't read through the lines. Now, this is just something that we have to truly consider, because again, I'm not so Republican to say that, look, this looks a little crazy, that, you're rounding people up and you're rounding them up by the herds. After what happened with Walsh in Minnesota, they went out there, they got 1,000 people real quick like that. So people are getting nervous because you're taking the workers, you're taking the people, you're taking regular people. Well, let them into the jails. So you don't want them to go and take the people who have committed the crime or allegedly did the crime. Why not? You know what I'm saying? They committed the crime. The first thing that they should be doing, if they committed the crime, is going back to their next country. Not the first people going home are the people that the law abiding, not citizens. But then see, that's the problem. And so I always have a problem with that, because who's to say when you break a law, or which laws that you get to break? When you break the law, you break the law. And since the law has been such a high pressure point in the black community, the law's been serious for the black community. We've had to follow the law to a T to get away with everything. You understand what I'm saying? To live in this life. So now when you just tell other people, oh, let them go after they literally have broken a big law, immigration law, come from a whole nother country, jump in and jump on our system and get the welfare and get the benefits that are supposed to be for our citizens, and take advantage of our whole process, because at the end of the day they are taking advantage of our process. So now we've got people who feel bad. Yeah, we feel bad. We all feel bad that, you've got to get ripped up from this life that you created. But this life that you created was on a falsehood from the beginning. So look at the people who came into the country legally. They followed all the directions, followed all the things. Now I seen somebody say, "Hey, listen, I've been here for 20 years. My parents didn't fill out my paperwork right. My dad didn't go back to the courthouse. Now I'm illegal. Now when I get caught up, you knew one day that this might happen. No, I mean, or you would have been legal, or you would have been grandfathered in as a legal liability to the United States. But that is not the case. And so now that we've got a big mess in Minnesota again. Remember, Minnesota was the town where George Floyd had his problems. Okay, Minnesota was that town. So now, so excuse me, Minnesota was that state. And so now we've got to really look at what is happening in Minneapolis and the death of this young lady, and where we go from here. What part do we play in all of this, right? So we're saying, do you let protests happen? And then you got Governor Walsh. He made the weirdest. Did you hear Governor Walsh? Because he made the weirdest statement on Minnesota. And, at first I thought, wow, he's saying something significant and the people are tired. But then he ended off his speech and said, Minnesotans, don't let this happen. Protect our people. Go out here, grab your neighbor, get out there and protect us. I don't think that was the right rallying cry right now, Walsh. He is on the verge of going to jail. He is not up. He's not running for reelection. He has backed out for that. So we have to ask ourselves what has been happening in Minnesota. And what part did Governor Walz play? And don't forget, Vice President Kamala Harris picked Governor Walz. And that was probably, I think I said that before, but that was probably part of the reason why she didn't go far, because of who she picked. And she picked that person kind of out of selfish reasons, because she didn't want to be overshadowed by the Pennsylvania governor, or, you know, the LGBT with Pete Buttigieg. But we're going to go to a break right here on Millennium News. I'm on location at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, standing with the nurses of New York City. We will be right back here on Millennium News 24.
Hello viewers, you are watching Millennium News 24. America and global villages seen America independence built by immigrants, manufacturers, roads, highways, educations, healthcare, IT, scientists, space, business development to all thousands of multimedia and all major social media platforms and news network in America. Millennium News 24, one of truthfully news networks in America and global news organizations. Please watch, follow and subscribe. We are in iOS and Android devices, Roku, Amazon, Apple devices, all smart TV, globally Horizon satellite, social media Millennium News 24, Millennium TV 24. Website www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Thank you.
sitting here I'm sitting here talking. Y'all can't even hear me. Thanks for letting me know. I'm sitting here talking and running my mouth and running my mouth and talking. So where did I leave off at? I was talking about Trump and the Venezuelan oil, if you did not hear me. So Trump and the Venezuelan oil, if you didn't hear what I was saying, I'm saying Trump has gone into Venezuela. He has taken 5 oil tankers, at least 5 oil tankers, and he's looking for more, and he's cornering and he's posturing at Putin. So what does this mean? I'm thinking that this may be, a posture and a gesture for World War III. We're talking we're talking nuclear war, and we're talking a lot of stuff, because we're talking China and Russia getting together, and now Trump moving in on Venezuela. So we really got to figure out what is happening and how, what part that we play. Do we want the prices at the gas tank to be cheaper? We've got to fill up the American oil reserve over here. But oil is a big business out here in these waters. This is big, serious business, and this is blood money. So when we say that we want to fill up our gas tanks, and like I said, I want to go back to the 220 to fill up the gas tank. But does that mean that he's got to take over Greenland? He's got to take over all of the. So I think that I'm hearing that they got 30 billion barrels of oil reserve in Venezuela. And now the oil tankers and the company, he's saying, look, we need to go in there. We need to show them how this is done. We need to show them how to make money for us and for them. So are you with that? Tune in, tap into the comments, put it in the comment section of whether you think that we should be going into Venezuela and pushing for this oil. And so now he's talking about Greenland. Greenland's people said, no, we didn't invite Trump over here to do our thing. So Greenland's people are saying, no, that wasn't us. I hope he don't come over here to Greenland. That's what the Greenland's people are saying. So we've got to continue to focus. And again, I'm out here. I know you can't see behind me, but I am out here at Columbia Presbyterian representing for the nurses. I'll go back out before the end of the show and see if they've made any progress here at Columbia Presbyterian. I mean, they're being heard, and that's the one thing that you need when a real protest is going on. And, you see these protests going on in all these major cities about ICE coming into these communities. So what is ICE to do? What are the people really asking, right? So the people, I mean, I don't think that I think that the people are not being, so they have sympathy for these immigrants who want to come over here and who want to be a part of the American dream. I think a lot of people have sympathy for that. I think that people are walking that down. But how do you go about it? So the ICE or no ICE? Obama, he sent a bunch of people back home. Nobody said anything. They said that he was the exporter in chief. Okay, but now that they're saying they want people out in the streets, they're trying to stop. Trump by any means necessary. What does this mean, and what does this mean for our community and our people? Where everybody is protesting around the world. So we're going to have a civil war. We're going to have a world war. We're going to have a civil war and a world war. We can't have that. So we've got to get the unrest that's within our country going before we have a big world war, because we don't need nobody protesting on the nurses and the money that they getting as nurses, and then also having a world war and talking about they sending nuclear money our way. So we really got to take a look and really got to know what it is that we're fighting for. Now I've seen this big, big, beautiful bill, as Hakeem Jeffries would say. Hakeem with his fingers. He going with his fingers. But as Hakeem would say, the big, ugly bill. I've seen some of the bill. And I think that we need to get with some of the pieces of the bill that make sense for us. Now, we're on the group now. Remember, Mondays, we're talking on the group. So we're talking about sensible stuff on these Mondays. You hear the horns and stuff. They're getting louder out there. And like I said, I will make sure that I will get back out there before the end of our show and talk about them. But let's talk about this big, beautiful bill for a minute. I think there's many aspects of this bill that may work for us. And so while we're pushing away and saying, oh, he's pushing out able-bodied people and people that be on shouldn't be getting Medicaid and shouldn't be getting this and shouldn't be getting that. Oh, there's 14 million people and one person off of the insurance is one too many. Now, there's a lot of people that could be getting and that are getting um, uh, food stamps and general assistance income that shouldn't be getting it. So they are cleaning that role. And if you really need it, I believe that you'll be able to sign up for it and get it. But they also need to purge those roles. We've got to save more money in the country. People want to look at this country and they want to say, listen, don't be going checking how much money people are spending here, there, and everywhere when that money is not getting to the community. And that's my problem there. Is that if we're paying for all the immigrants that want to come in and then we're saying what's wrong with our community, why we can't get it right, well, we're spreading ourselves too thin. We've got to focus on the Americans that are here, that are in place right now before we start focusing on other things. And it's just a reality of what's real, people. It's a reality of what's going on and what's going on around us. You see that in New York City, we are on site at one of the biggest strikes so far, 2026. Let me just shoot. We're gonna go to a break in a few minutes. But did you see the last night? So Tiana Taylor, shout out to Tiana Taylor. She's from Harlem, New York. She won a Golden Globe last night. She looked absolutely stunning. Had the piece going down her spine as if she had on a snake string or something like that, a diamond snake G string. She was fly, okay. She has come a long way. From Byron, yes, Byron on Tyler Perry, who gave her shot. So we see that you have Tyler Perry, Donnie McClurkin, all these people in the news that were heroes to some. And so they're saying that they weren't, these guys that are accusing them of sexual assaults, they're saying they are no hero. Okay, so we've got to look again and see what's going on out there now. Tyler Perry has all his shows on BET and BET Plus. And if you're listening, Sisters and the old are a little out. Uh, the, the storylines are a little outrageous right now. Let me see where we are. The storylines are a little outrageous right now. And so, I think Tyler Perry is definitely going through it. I don't know if somebody else is okay in the storylines, but definitely, taking a turn in all of those shows. But shout out to Tyler Perry and, for putting out a young lady named Tiana Taylor who just won a Golden Globe last night. I don't even think Tyler Perry has won a Golden Globe. So shout out to her. She had a role in the movie. I'm sure I didn't see the role, but she's been moving up and doing her thing. And again, there's a bunch of sexual assault. There's everything crazy going on in the world today. So we need our perspectives more than ever because we've got to see this up, down, sideways, in whatever way they come. We've got to be able to see what is happening and see what's going on. So I'm going to go outside for in our last 15 minutes after. So when you come back from the break, we'll be back and talking to the nurses. So tune in here on Millennium News 24. I'm here at Columbia Presbyterian live at the nurses strike. We're going to go out and see them one more again. I'll be right back.